Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar on Getting Approved for eDoc, Chem Made Easy, one of a continuing series of educational webinars from WindowBook. My name is Monica Lundquist, and I am Postal Affairs and Technical Support Manager here at WindowBook. Assisting me today is our Mailing Industry Software Specialist, Steve Dowdy. The specific agenda items that we'll be covering during today's webinar are what is TEM testing and why is it important for using eDoc. We'll also talk a bit about the various TEM scenarios. We'll go through how to get started doing TEM testing and the tools that you'll need to begin TEM testing. Then we'll be giving you a live demonstration showing how electronic documents are submitted using PostalOne in the TEM environment. TEM stands for Test Environment for Mailers. It is a portion of PostalOne that is designed to allow mailers to submit electronic mailing files, or eDoc, in a test mode. This section of PostalOne replicates the production environment, so that mailers that are testing in this mode are assured that their tests will mimic live production. This testing allows mailers to practice using PostalOne for electronic documentation, or eDoc, and to try out different file formats and mailing scenarios before they go live with production. It also provides a testing and certification process, which ensures that mailers have tested all the scenarios that are related to their types of mailings, and this is done to certify that their internal processes will work for the production process. Now, this testing and certification process is required for mailers that wish to participate in intelligent mail. But we encourage all mailers to try the TEM environment, even if you do not plan to use intelligent mail. Electronic documentation is simply more efficient, and mailers can use eDoc even if you don't participate in intelligent mail. And it costs nothing but a little bit of time to try it. Now, within the testing and certification process of TEM, there are a number of specific mailing scenarios that are defined. These scenarios are established by the Postal Service for the purpose of certifying that mailers' processes can produce and submit the appropriate eDoc. For this reason, these scenarios vary by class of mail, by processing category, and by the type of mail processing. For example, if you are a mailer using MLOCR, multi-line optical character reader equipment, to sort your mail, those scenarios are different than they would be for mailers who use pre-sort software. These scenarios are generic in nature. In other words, they're not tailored to each unique mailer. As such, mailers may find that within some scenarios there may be elements that some mailers will not run into in an actual production environment. Nevertheless, all the elements of all the applicable scenarios must be performed and passed during TEM certification testing in order to be able to participate in intelligent mail. Depending on a mailer's specific situation, they may need to complete just a single mail scenario for testing, or they may need to complete many scenarios. The number of scenarios required for certification will influence how long the actual TEM testing process will take. So, how do mailers get started with TEM testing? Well, the first thing mailers should do is go to the USPS RIBS website and download the TEM checklist and troubleshooting document. Mailers should read this document to understand more about the various TEM testing scenarios and to select the checklist that maps the type of mailings that you do. The more different types of mailings that you do, the more extensive your TEM testing process will be. All TEM testing occurs on the PostalOne website, so you will need to access the Business Customer Gateway from the Postal Service website in order to be able to get started. From here, you will download the Postal Service's software called MD Client, and you want to select the TEM environment version. And if you have not already done so, you will need to apply for a Mailer Identification Number, or MID, and a Customer Registration Identification Number, or CRID. This information must be populated in the mail.dat files that are transmitted to PostalOne during the testing, and these numbers uniquely identify you as a mailer. And the last thing you'll need is to gather together the various mail.dat files that reflect the type of mailings that you do. If you have multiple types of mailings, we suggest that you start with the easiest one first, or the one that has